Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to some more of the Gibraltar Challenge here on the Football Manager 2016. Now, I'm cutting straight into this match. We are playing against the Boca Juniors at home, but of course it's not at home because we all share the same stadium here in Gibraltar. As you can see, we are favourites for this match, and we are currently 4th in the league. Only 3 games played compared to some of the other teams. You've got College 75 there, played 7 games so far, so we're still lagging behind on games, but to be so far behind some of the teams and still be in 4th place with 3 wins out of 3, I am very happy with that one. Of course, we're going to have another 3 matches for you in this episode, but I think one of the matches might actually be the upcoming Gibraltar friendly match. You might watch that one. It's Gibraltar versus the Faroe Islands, so I think we might sandwich that one in between 2 of our league games. So let's get straight into this league game. As you can see, we're continuing on with our 4-2-3-1 formation. Due to injuries, we've had to bring a couple of different players, and I'm going to go through the whole team again since this is a new episode. So we've got our 16-year-old Gibraltarian goalkeeper, Callum McDonald, looks a very good player. I think he's only going to get better and better this one. At left back, we are playing one of our only 2 capped Gibraltarian players, Salahadin, I think I pronounced that correctly, Bar, who's 28 years old. Not the best player in the world, but he's playing for Gibraltar anyway. Got one of our young defenders, Alex Ross, at centre-back. Chima, who looks to be quite a good player actually. Stats don't seem that good, but seems to be playing very well on the pitch. At right back, one of our debutants, I believe, Trevor Mann. I thought I'd give him a go because he's doing very well in training, as you can see. The coaches seem very happy with him, so I thought I'd give him his first opportunity here. In defensive midfield, we have Carrito as our normal right back, but today he's going to play defensive midfield. We also have Dominguez Alvarez, who again is a player who's done quite well so far. Not the best. Well, actually, his mental stats are quite good for this division. Then in the attacking positions, we have Ross Dawson. I think he's playing his first match for the main team. Yes, he is playing his first match. Pretty good looking player. Got some decent stats where he needs them. We'll see how he gets on the pitch. Attacking midfield, we have got Danny Frost, a very good player. Only played 1 substitute appearance so far, so this is his first start, and I think he's one of our highest potential players in the club, I think. At attacking right midfield, we've also got one of the players that is in with a chance of starting that match against the Faroe Islands for Gibraltar. He's in the national squad. That is Tony Ball, again, a very good looking left attacking midfielder. Although we're playing him at right mid this game. And then up front we have our utility man, Henderson. Of course, we are suffering still a few injuries. We're missing a couple of big players, but hopefully this team should be enough to defeat our opponent, Boca Juniors. Of course, they're playing a 4-5-1, which I've been against a few times before in this game, and it can make the game very slow and a very big possibility of being 0-0 draw. Let's see what goes on though. We're favourites, so we're going to hopefully expect a victory here. So I've got faith that defenders can do a good job. They're happy with that. Midfielders, I'm going to stick with that because it seems to work. Yep, they're very happy. And Anderson's already happy, so let's go for it. Let's go. So as you can see, a draw will put us up to 3rd place anyway. Gibraltar Phoenix, that game is coming up in... I'm going to try and do that on next episode. I might play a couple of matches off camera in between this episode and next and get through to our first cup round match and that big match against Gibraltar Phoenix. I think that match is going to be huge. Because Phoenix, I think, are definitely our biggest contenders for this championship. And I'm really looking forward to getting up, hopefully next year, into Division 1 in Gibraltar. That's when we're going to be able to start to build ourselves up and hopefully win a championship, get into Europe and start to grow the team, because that's the only way we're going to grow the team really, is to get 1 or 2 rounds into Europe and try and use the money to good effect. At the moment we're really struggling for cash. I don't think you've not really seen it because I've been cutting all that sort of stuff out, but finance wise, as you can probably tell by the beginning, the first video, I wasn't able to buy any players because we had no wage budget at all. So I've not done anything. I can't release anybody because we haven't got the money to pay them contracts out. So at the moment we're just consistently losing money every single month, and it's a little bit worrying. It's not a massive amount, of course, but it's a little bit worrying. I'm hoping we can find some added revenue from somewhere. As you can see, we're up to 30 minutes now, and there's not much happening, and that's what happens when they play a 4-5-1. I don't know whether it's worth us, because we are dominating possession-wise, if it's worth us trying to go a bit more attacking. Let's try it. Let's go a bit more risky, and let's go for a bit of attacking. If they're going to sit back and defend, then maybe we should try and counter that, or sort of take advantage of it at least. We're up to half-time with nothing much happening really. That was a yellow card for Chima. So a 0-0 draw at half-time. So the assistant manager says we should let them know it's disappointing. So let's do it calm. I'm far from pleased from what I just saw. Hopefully that will motivate them. It does motivate them. Well, most of them. A couple of guys not overly motivated. But let's see if we can do something with this now. Come on, Carito. Bring the ball forward. I'm hoping they're going to attack him. We're not going to get caught on the break at all. That's the risk I'm taking by doing this sort of formation. We have got Hulk and one of our other big players on the bench. Can't remember who it is now. So we may have to look at bringing those on at some point. Man, there's the free kick. Frost, it's off the crossbar. Oh, and it's saved. It's cleared away as well. I thought we had a goal there. Hit the crossbar. Come on, that was good. We need more of that. Give us more of that. Don't want this winning streak to end. It's looking like it might end though, isn't it? It's looking worrying. Bar. Big long throw into Dominguez Alvarez. And play it back. Come on, Chima, play it forward. See the space there to ball. One of our best players in the Gibraltar national side. Hopefully he might get the opportunity to play in a couple of days' time against the Faroe Islands. It's played out to Dawson, who looks like an old man. Oh no, he's got a bandage on his head. Anderson scores! There we go, 1-0. Fantastic, exactly what we want to see. That puts us up into second place with 2 games in hand on third place. That'd be fantastic. We just need to keep a hold of this now. Dawson might need to come off. He's got a slight injury. And at the moment we're really struggling for injuries. I don't know if we can risk to leave him on. Great cross in. Anderson with a header. Great goal. I think that's Anderson's first goal, I think. I don't recall him scoring before. I might be wrong. Let's see what we can make substitution-wise. Maybe Tony Ball can come back onto his favoured right-hand side, maybe? Onto the left-hand side. He seems... We'll play him on the left. And then we'll bring Katikaza on, who scored, of course, that fantastic volley in the last match of last episode. I think that's probably about it for now. Or should we bring on Gretsch? Bring on Gretsch for Chima, who has been booked. Don't want to risk losing someone to disciplinary reasons. So can we add to that goal? I might take this back off of attacking now and go to control. Don't want to risk getting caught on the break ourselves. Danny Frost is injured. Oh no. Just so many injuries. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the league we're playing in or what, but looks like we're not going to risk bringing on Hulk, I don't think, for this game. We don't really need to. So I'm going to bring on Nuristani, who's not a bad player. He's got some pretty decent stats, actually. One of the players I'm not sure will stay around for next season because, like I said, we're struggling for money. And at £80 a week, which is what most of the top players are paid even. So that we probably could save that £80 a week. If we just release like 2 or 3 of those £80 a week players, we might end up making a profit. Oh, they've got a defensive throw in. McGregor picked up by Dominguez Alvarez. Come on, add to that goal. Let's make it 2. Let's make it comfortable. Carito back to Bar. Back to Carito. Forward to Ball. Ball plays it through to Nuristami. Picked up by Katikaza. I thought he might have got a goal then. I don't think he was expecting. I think he just stuck his leg out. Keeper saved it. And this match continues. So it could be a 1-0 win for Anderson. We do struggle for goals. When we're missing Hulk and our attacking players, we are struggling for goals. We're missing Cortez as well. Hulk and Cortez, 2 of our best players. Both attacking players, both missing through injury. Hulk got injured, he come back from injury, and he actually picked up another injury while he was in light training recovering from his last injuries. It was insane. I don't know what it is about this team. There's just so many injuries. Which is not a massive problem because the best thing about this nation is because it's not a very strong nation, the majority of youth players are not too different from the players you're playing in your first team, so it's pretty good because you've always got support in every position. Come on, take the ball off him. Referee, now blow the whistle. 1-0 victory, I'll take it. There it is, 1-0 win. 4 wins from 4 so far now in the Gibraltarian 2nd Division. Or the Segunda Division, I think it's called, because of course it's a Spanish country, this one. So, There's certain expectations and we didn't meet it. So basically we're looking for calm, bit of a let-off. That's what we're looking for. And they look fired up by that. That's pretty good. So Danny Frost is injured. Alvaro Dominguez Alvarez got the man of the match. That's his second... That's his first player of the match in the actual league. He's had one in under-21s and one in non-competitive already. But that's good. That's good. I like this player, you know. I think he's a very good player. Doesn't say roughly where he's going to be to. He's very well suited to the second division now, potentially to be a first division central midfielder in the future, which is good because he's going to have to grow with us into that position, I think. But yeah, that's great. So yeah, I think we're going to go and watch the Gibraltar friendly match next because we do want to take over the national side at some point. So let's see how they get on. And here we are for Gibraltar's away friendly match against the Faroe Islands, and one that I think may actually be winnable. I don't think the Faroe Islands are that great of a nation themselves. Let's have a quick look at their team. They're a completely greyed out team, so not exactly a fantastic team, but they've got no players that the game deems good enough to generate when it starts a new game. Of course, Gibraltar has a full national team because they've got a full league, I suppose. It looks like they've set up with both our players, Tony Ball and Salahuddin Bar, both on the bench. It's a bit of a shame. Got quite a few debuting players, though. So let's see how they get on. Of course, they're currently still 210th in the world. But a win here, even a draw here, might end up getting them off the bottom. Get them a few FIFA points at least. So, let's go. So, are we in red, Gibraltar? Looks that way, yep. So, as you can see, I don't recognise any of those other players. Apart from Casicero, who does play for... I think he plays for Lincoln. I think a lot of these teams are going to be playing for Lincoln. European Champions Cup. So yeah, he must be playing for Lincoln if he's in the Champions Club. Well, here we go. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully we'll see both our players at some point, or at least one of them. Be good to see Tony Ball. So, here we go. I believe Gibraltar are in red. And the Faroe Islands are in white. So it'd be great to see, like I say, Gibraltar get off the bottom of the FIFA rankings. The reason why they are on the bottom is... Well, mainly because they're terrible, but also because I've only just added them to FIFA myself. They're not part of FIFA on the normal database, so you do have to add them yourself. It's quite simple to do. You just have to go into the editor and you click on Add to Governing Body, and there we go. Faroe Islands have taken the lead after 20 minutes. Clemens Sten. So it's not fantastic so far. But remember, the top goal scorer for Gibraltar in history has 1 goal. So I'm hoping somebody's going to be able to beat that in the near future at least. So that's not very good defending by Gibraltar. But I think the further we get into this career mode, the better they're going to become, because obviously we're bringing through quite a few good youngsters, and I'm pretty sure a few of the other clubs as well in Gibraltar will bring through some good young players as well. And when I say good young players, I mean good for this level. They're never going to be fantastic, unfortunately. But we'll do as good as we possibly can. Faroe Islands on the attack again. Played across. It's an own goal by Santos. It's not looking good at all for Gibraltar. Like I said, at some point we will try and get the Gibraltar national job. That's one of my plans as part of this Gibraltar challenge. Now, I was thinking in between recording the last episode and this one, what is the end game for this Gibraltar challenge? And I think this is incredibly ambitious, and you're probably listening to me now thinking, what is he talking about? But I think the end goal, whether we do it or not, it's a different story, is to win the Champions League as Europa Point, and to at least qualify, I know I'm going to say it, and to win the World Cup as Gibraltar. I know you're probably thinking that's absolutely crazy, but if we can continue to grow Gibraltarian football, get ourselves into Europe and maybe get a little bit of money and start to use that money to bring in some really top-class players, then there's no reason why we couldn't continue to bring through some top-class younger players in Gibraltar and definitely improve their national side. And they nearly scored again, Faroe Islands, almost straight from the kickoff. Cabrera on the ball. Just 1 goal, Gibraltar. That'd be fantastic. Who's on the pitch now? We got any of our players on the pitch? Is it reports? No, not reports. I'll move out of the way. Move out of the way. Tony Ball has come on the pitch for his first cap. Of course, Tony Ball, one of our players. Great to see him get the opportunity. So what do I want? I want stats. Gibraltar stats. There we go. Yes, so Tony Ball is on the pitch. Our other player, Salahuddin Bar, is not. It's great to see Tony Ball get a chance, get his first cap for Gibraltar as well. Only a young player, and I think he's going to really develop into a top player for Gibraltar. But it looks like it's not going to be a very successful friendly match here. I was going to watch the other friendly match, but I think the other friendly match is against a more difficult team, so I don't think we'll bother with that one. I might have a look at it because I think it's going to be off camera probably. I'll have a look and see how they get on. If it's worth it, I might cut back and show you guys some of the highlights. But it looks like it's going to be Faroe Islands 2, Gibraltar 0, which is not a bad result considering the sort of results that Gibraltar have been suffering in the European Cup qualifiers. I think they got hammered by Wales like 8-0 and things like that. So it's been a bit disappointing for them. Tony Ball on the ball. It's doing well. It's got a 6.7 rating. Come on, Gibraltar, just score a goal. If you score one goal, that's going to be like incredible. Walker plays. That's a terrible ball. Walker plays it straight to Rasmussen. That's a Danielson. Great ball. No, maybe not. But it's gone to Danielson anyway. He's going to keep it on. He's going to time waste, it looks like. Free kick given. I think that's offside. And the referee's going to blow the whistle here. And Gibraltar are going to lose 2-0 by the looks of it to the Faroe Islands. So basically we can see it's going to be a long job to turn Gibraltar into a side that might even qualify for a competition or might even win a game. Looks like it's going to be a difficult job. But I think some more games like this against the Faroe Islands, I think eventually they're going to come across a team where they should be able to pick up some victories. There's no reason why not. And here we are, our third and final match of the episode. And as you can see, we are playing at home to Mons Kalp. Now, in theory, this should be the easiest match we've had so far. Mons Kalp currently bottom with only 4 points from 6 games. We are currently 12 points from 4 games. And as you can see, we're heavy favourites 1-6, whereas Mons Kalp are 10-1. Good news as well, Gibraltar Phoenix have drawn another match. They drew against Olympique and Magpies. So a win here would take us top and still give us a game in hand against our big rivals Gibraltar Phoenix. So it's looking quite good. I have had a quick check because the Gibraltar game has just taken place a couple of hours before this one on the same day. And they lost to Kazakhstan. Not happy about that. They lost 2-0. Still no goals. But Tony Ball did pick up his second cap for his nation. So he's now got 2 caps. So it's pretty good for us. We've got a multiple capped player in our team. And he does play today, I believe. Let's have a quick look. No, he doesn't because he's on international duty, of course. So it does allow us to bring some different players in. We actually play a different goalkeeper in this one, I think. Let's whiz through. They're playing a 4-5-1 again. Which I don't like playing against because it slows the game down. Right, so we're playing a brand new goalkeeper in the shape of Ryan Henderson. A 24-year-old, quite good. And again, we've lost a few players due to internationals. And our goalkeeper is a 16-year-old goalkeeper. I think he currently plays for the under-21, so he's away playing for the national side. So we're bringing in Ryan Henderson for his first match of the season. Patrick Matindo as well, another player who's doing really well in training. Looking like quite a good player, actually. Good right-back. So we're giving him his first game today. Of course, we've got Chima in defence alongside Paul Gretsch, we played a few times already. Not a fantastic player, Gretsch, but utility all around. We've got Alvaro Dominguez Alvarez, who had a very good game last time, got man of the match. Alongside him, we've got Carito again. We've got Ralph Katekaza, his first start for us in this episode. Of course, he scored that fantastic volley in the last match. I wonder if he's actually Gibraltarian. Is he... It doesn't look like he is. Nationalities... Oh, he's got... Yeah, he needs to... okay. So he is actually eligible to become a Gibraltarian player, and he doesn't see no benefit in it at the moment, but possibility if he does change. There we go. He needs to do 1,122 days continuously. So far he's done 703 days. So that would mean that he would be able to play them for the Gibraltar national side if he pick him as good enough, of course. We've also got Anderson, who scored that goal in the last game to give us the win. Cortez is finally back, a player who's been out injured for a while. We're playing him at attacking left midfield at the moment. Quite a good-looking player, actually. I think he's going to get us a few goals. We're playing him as an inside forward, so he might do pretty well. Of course, he's down as one of our best players at the moment. And, of course, our big man up front, Hulk, is back after 3 goals in 2 games and a couple of injuries. He's finally back, and hopefully this could be the perfect game to come back. Of course, he's lacking some match fitness because of his injuries. But a game against the bottom team in the league, he should do pretty well. Bench-wise, we have got NATO on the bench, who, of course, is another goalkeeper. We have Matthew Hunter as well as a new player on the bench. A young defender, can play across the whole defence. He's got pretty good mental stats actually. He's probably not a bad player. So I think we can definitely maybe use him a bit more. Good utility player. And then Philip Duo, a very good young player who's come back from injury. Not quite match fit. Physio reckons we can play him for 30 minutes if we need to. Aloan Gonzalez plays defensive midfield. And of course, Nuristari, not started a match yet. He's come on as a couple of substitute appearances. He's not done much as yet. But right, this is our game for today. Now, I'm hoping we can do pretty well. We're going to say we expect a win. We're going to calmly do this again because it seems to work quite well. Just basically telling the players that we believe they've got it in them, what it takes to step it up to the next level. So there we go. Some nice greens. And let's see how we get on. I'm hoping for an emphatic victory here. We've got some of our best players back from injury. We're playing the team that started the game bottom of the league, Mons Calp. And if we win this, we will go top with a game in hand over our big rivals Gibraltar Phoenix, who we will play against in the next episode, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. I think in the next episode as well, we're also going to have our first cup game. I think it's the League 2 Cup. It's not been drawn yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a few matches off camera. I've seen quite a few other YouTubers do this. Probably just try and stick to the bigger matches, because of course we want to get as far into this career as we possibly can. And if I'm recording every single match, it's going to end up taking about 20-30 episodes to do a single season. So I'm just going to try and cut it down to as a smaller amount of episodes. Maybe about 10 episodes per season, maybe. And we'll see how we get on. There's a header off the post. And nearly a goal there for us. It's going to be difficult. Like I said, they're playing the 4-5-1 formation. Typically a bit more difficult to break down. And we have struggled, but with players like Cortez and Hulk coming back, you would think the goal should be easy to find. You know, I might change this to match stats. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. So we're going to say it's disappointing. We're going to stay calm. Now I'm going to say I'm not happy with performance out there. That might It's G'd a few of them up. So yeah, let's change this to match stats just so we can see what sort of how we're doing in the match. So Garrido now, it's just from the goal kick. So at the moment we've had 7 shots, 2 on target, 3 off target. How does that work then? Where did the other 2 go? Okay. Clear-cut chances, none. Possession, we're dominating. Here we are on the ball in attacking position. Now Domingos Alvarez had a great game last time. Cuts it across to Katekaza. Can he cross it in? He does. And at the back post, it's Cortez. It's off the post. Oh. Dear. Deary me. I thought we had the goal there and we're so desperately craving. It's a free kick for them. Could this be our first goal conceded? It is. Our first goal conceded all season. And we're actually losing a game to the team bottom of the league. Which is strange because I just thought, looking at this one on paper, this should be one we dominate. It's a free kick. It's a single goal. It's not like they've broken us down. There's still plenty of chances to come back into this one. Good goal by Garrido though. Give props where it's due. How good is his free kick taken? It's 4-8. So he's not actually a bad player, Garrido. Not a bad player. They're on the attack again. Gretsch gets the ball out to Katekaza. Still struggling to pronounce it. I might change him to the Cat. Oh, that's a good idea. We can just give him a nickname. That might be the best way of doing it. Cabas plays it back across to his own goalkeeper. Canepa. Castagno. Bagu. Come on, get the ball off him and attack. I don't like the way they've got the ball and they're attacking us. I don't like that. Come on, take the ball off him. Good tackle, Ross. Now come forward. Hit him on the break. Cortez. Come on, we've got some of the best players in the league. We've got some of the best players in Gibraltar. We've got better players than some of the first division teams. Chima. Oh, great ball through the middle. It's got to Hulk. Somehow, and Hulk scores the equaliser on the hour mark. And Hulk. Oh, Hulk, how we've missed you. But a great through ball by Chima. Chima did I don't know if he meant it or not, if he just punted that forward. But either way, Hulk got on the end of it. And here's Chima there with the ball. He looks like he did mean it. And Hulk, I thought it was going to be a bit dangerous shooting from that distance, but perfect angle, and we're 1-1 now. Now, can we come back from behind to win this match? I'm hoping so. As we said in the first goal we conceded, I think we've already conceded a goal in the first episode. We won our first game 3-1, I believe. And we are on the attack. It's what, a defensive throw-in. Plays it out to Ramsey. Come on, guys, take it off him. Vitor plays it forward. Good header again. Chima's having a pretty good game there in defence. He's a pretty good player. Like I said earlier on, he hasn't got the best of stats. To be brutally honest, he hasn't got the best of stats, but that doesn't seem to matter sometimes with Foot Manager. Sometimes players just have really good form. They might not be the best players, but they just have really good form, and it's up to us to make sure we put the right players into the team. Of course, it doesn't help when you have international matches and half your players disappear to go and play for the nation. That might become more of a problem later on in the game when we start to pick up better players. At the moment, we've only got 2 players in the national side. If we get into Division 1 and get a few more good Gibraltar players and get called up to the national side, we could end up losing quite a few players on international days. Oh, we've given away a penalty. Oh, not good. Matindo on his first match, giving away the penalty. What's the referee going to do? Is it a booking or is it going to be worse or just a talking to? I should imagine it's going to be at least a booking. No, he's just getting a lecture. That's it could have been worse. Well, we've given away a penalty. Now, is he going to score the penalty? That's the big question. I'm hoping not. Come on, Henderson. Your first game in goal. Make yourself a hero and save the penalty. Garrido, who scored the free kick, also scores the penalty. The keeper didn't even move. So we're now 2-1 down against the team that were bottom of the league when this match started. I'm not impressed with this at all. We seem to... I think it's because we're playing attacking. Well, I think we're playing attacking. We're getting... Well, we're not getting caught on the break, though. It was a free kick and a penalty. I think we've been unlucky, really. We've dominated. We've had more shots, but less on target, which is not being very clinical, are we? Let's actually come out of that. Let's go to advanced tactics. Let's change the formation maybe a little bit. Let's make it a bit more attacking, maybe. So let's bring Carrito and Domingo Alvarez up to centre mid, because we need to try and get some goals. I'm thinking of maybe bringing Cortez up as a striker, and maybe Anderson up as a striker. Katikaza coming off and bringing on Philip Duo. It's bold. It's definitely bold, but it might be worth it. Let's put you to an attacking fullback, and you to an attacking fullback as well, and see if we can get any goals out of that. It's risky. Like I said, it's very... We're losing 2-1. What we've got to lose? If we concede another goal, it's not a major problem. I've got pretty good goal difference. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get some effect out of it. Because we've got 3 players up front now. We're being heavily outnumbered in midfield, which is what we expect. And we're just trying to get the ball up front. Let's go to overload for the last couple of minutes. Is there a chance of a late equaliser? It doesn't look like there's going to be. No. No, there's not, is there? There we go. Referee blows his whistle, and what a disappointing way to end the episode. A 2-1 loss against a team that were bottom of the league, and assertively, we were not good enough today. You all know that. Disappointed about that, because that's now going to mean that, well, if we win our game in hand, we will still go top, and we do have Gibraltar Phoenix to play in the next game as well. I'm not impressed with that. Only the second victory they've had all season, Monskalp, and yeah, they scalped us. Garrido with a man of the match, 2 goals, a free kick and a penalty. Yeah, I'm very disappointed. But yeah, like I said, next episode. So let's have a quick look at our schedule. So next episode, I think I'm going to come back for the cup match. So we'll have the cup match, we'll play Gibraltar Phoenix, and we'll play Magpies. I'll play Cannons and Leo FC off camera, and then I'll come back at the beginning of the next episode. Just show you basically what happened, the results, goal scorers, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I think it's best probably to start to skip a few of these matches now. It's going to get a bit tedious, you guys just watching every single match of the season. So I'll probably just bring it back in, and we'll play a few around the bigger matches. And then hopefully we can get a lot more seasons done a lot quicker that way. So If you have enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. And of course, subscribe for a lot more Football Manager. I'm going to be starting to do a few more things as well. I want to restart my Manchester United career mode, but I'm going to do it after the January transfer window is finished, just so we can put any new players into the Premiership that we need to. And I've got some other plans for some other sort of playthroughs like this we can do in some different countries around the world, so that'd be interesting to see. And of course, if you have any of those ideas, let me know in the comments section below. So I've been Chevy Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time.